in welcoming Dr. Peter Polito.
I'm not going to dance. President Cooper, member of the platform, my faculty colleagues, Springfield College staff employees, proud parents, family, friends, and above all, students, the class of 2015. I am humbled and honored to deliver the baccalaureate address to the class of 2015. Students, 4 years ago or so, you visited the campus of Springfield College. And today, you embark upon a new day and a new journey as free agents and change agents in service to humankind. Together with my colleagues who retire this year from this great college, we are proud to be free agents and as change agents too as part of the special class of 2015. I am truly blessed and proud to be part of this year's class of 2015. Class of 2015, you probably can remember the first day you arrived on this campus with parents, family, and friends to begin your journey to learn, to lead, and to serve. Perhaps some of your parents did not have the same opportunity to attend a college or to graduate from high school. My own parents never had the opportunity to get the sixth grade education and had to work hard to survive. So this weekend, you can remember that you have been blessed with an opportunity to endure, to grow, to learn, and to meet your wonderful friends at Springfield College. For me, I can still remember to drive my parents from Boston on a beautiful, quiet summer Sunday in June of 1970, standing right here on this green in front of Marsh Memorial Building, all of us in awe of the learning, the values, and the rich heritage that could be heard in the hush. So you and I are renewed here again. We have known and loved Springfield College for some time, 4 or so years for you and several decades for some of us too. My starting salary was $9,200. So here I was, lucky to have been able to rent a tiny apartment in Chicopee Falls, hoping that someone would take me in with just a few belongings and my 6-month-old rescued German Shepherd puppy. To avoid a disaster in the apartment, I took my puppy every day to puppy daycare, which took up a big chunk of my salary. Thank God my parents lived in Boston. My dear puppy girl, Lucky, and I went home on most weekends, perhaps like you did, to Mom and Dad. Those early days truly saved me from my cooking. Within 4 years of traveling between Springfield and Boston, I perchance met a young woman who, for however I can still fathom this year, why she fell in love with me. My beloved wife, Claire, who's actually sitting here today, has been by my side for 41 years this coming June, to endure me, to help me grow, and to stop me smell the roses. We married here on campus on June 9, 1974, in a little quaint chapel that was then located in the No More Woods Hall. And after the ceremony, blessed by my dear friend and chaplain from my alma mater, Northeastern University, our reception was in the alumni Carlisle foyer. So back in those days, in 1974, 18 was of a legal drinking age, and one of my students bartended, and a trio of my students played music. And so from that day on, there has been a love story between Claire and me, and between me and the students of Springfield College. I know today that some of your parents have also been in my classes. I don't think that there are any of your grandparents who had my class. I'll let some of my faculty colleagues mark that milestone. In your case, as a student, I am sure that you can remember going to your first class, right? For me, I too can remember as a very nervous 20-something-year-old professor dressed in an open-collar Nehru shirt and sporting my bell-bottoms. Your parents may probably be able to tell you later over dinner about how cool this attire was back then. I felt fine while these students thought that I was kind of one of them. I blended in somewhat okay, but I knew then that I did not come from Boston with quite the right attire. I thought to myself, why are these students wearing their pajamas to class? Later, I was told that those are not pajamas, Peter. They are sweatsuits and uniforms. Oh, I asked, then are they play clothes? Yes, I can remember that first day for me. On that day, like me, you didn't know what to expect. But together, we believed that good things would happen here and we would grow, to mature, to learn, to serve, and to lead in the community of a lifelong experience. So much has happened: knowledge, friends, and new experiences. Today, bear with me to reflect about life and living, the important things to remember, and most of all, to believe. One of the greatest minds of all time, physicist Albert Einstein, suggests lessons of life. 1, follow your curiosity. 2, perseverance and it's priceless. 3, focus on the present. 4, the imagination is powerful. 5, make mistakes, and I would like to add also learn from your mistakes. 6, live in the moment. 7, create value. 8, don't expect different results, and I would add to hope. 9, knowledge comes from experience. 10, learn the rules, and then play better. These are certainly great lessons to remember for all of us, but you can add lessons as well. You and I have been privileged to have been soaked in humanics philosophy, a philosophy that we learn through thought, reflection, and through action. So we should always remember to listen to others who speak, voice one's opinion, and speak aloud to those without a voice. Believe that we can operate democratically, even when we may be surrounded by those who are autocratic. Exercise the art of sharing and listening rather than telling. There is a huge gap between human capacity and human need, and we can be change agent to help to diminish this gap. It is your time, the class of 2015. Francis Bacon tells us that hope is a good breakfast, but a lean supper. My friends, the class of 2015, breakfast has been long eaten, and the hunger walks the streets without being cared for and without being loved. It is up to all of us to make room at the table. I will share 7 principles of humanics that I believe should be incarnated. 1, respect for the self in oneself and others, and the nurturing care for the uniqueness of every human being. 2, responsibility to take charge of one's own life. 3, reverence for life. These 3 R's were presented at the 1985 Springfield College Centennial by Glenn Olds, the 8th president of Springfield College. Albert Schweitzer, Pathways to Humanity, from his writings says, reverence for life gives the fundamental principle of morals, namely that the good consists in preservation, enhancement, and exaltation of life, and the destruction, injury, and retardation of life is evil. The ethics of reverence for life therefore includes within itself all that can be called love, devotion, compassion, joy, and endeavor. Reverence for life permits the fusion of natural life and spiritual life. By the energy of reverence for natural life, reverence for spiritual life is awakened. Just as white light consists of colored rays, so reverence for life contains all the components of ethics: love, kindliness, sympathy, empathy, peacefulness, power to forgive. 4, service to humanity. Humanics philosophy helps to guide us, first, to learn in spirit, mind, and body. 2nd, to lead whatever our capacity. And 3rd, to serve humanity. 5, community and unity and diversity. Our triangle, delicately balanced, strong on either of its sides, lights up the wholeness of spirit, mind, and body to serve humankind, locally, nationally, and globally, with a commitment and perseverance toward unity and diversity. 6, education of the freed mind. Education cannot be the mere learning of facts. We must use our minds to reason and to deduce those principles, concepts, and ideas that can't be derived from books alone. Through education of a freed mind, we can develop a code of ethics that embraces a concern, an understanding, compassion, respect, and love of others. 7, altruistic professionalism. Dr. Albert Schweitzer tells us, and I quote, each of us, no matter what our position and occupation, must try to act in such a way as to further true humankind, end quote. So you, the class of 2015, remember and believe that you are change agents, carry a burden and a responsibility responsibly that will touch other people's lives through altruistic professionalism, no matter what profession in which you have succeeded. You can believe to make a difference by remembering your unique status and your responsibilities. You can make a difference by the way you live, by the way you acknowledge and act out your civic rights. There must be a belief that there is a place where people are not only tolerant, but also understanding and respectful of different points of view and different perspectives of life and living. It is our time to reaffirm our commitment to building a better world. You can remember all these things, and you can also believe. You carry all the power already inside in a freed mind that can reason and understand, can lead with compassion and love for humankind, and divorce itself from prejudice. The class of 2015, Humanics is as Humanics does. Here at Springfield College, we celebrate Humanics in Action Day, but we also remember and believe that Humanics is alive, to continue learning, to have compassion, to care, and to serve every day of our lives. We must remember and believe that we can work together to apply our strengths of unity and diversity and to remove the barriers between human capacity and human need. Some of you who have attended my physics course, I have tried to impress upon you what are printed as the laws of physics, are truly human interpretation of principles of how nature works. So as physicists try to understand the basic principles of how nature works, each of us should look beyond human-made laws, right or wrong, and believe that there are the right principles for humankind. As Mahatma Gandhi has told us, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And as Martin Luther King Jr. has reminded us, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Finally, let me leave you from Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go. Quote, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the only one who'll decide where to go, end quote. Class of 2015, remember and believe. Please give your parents and significant others a big hug for helping you start on your journey of life. I wish you all the best, class of 2015. God bless you, and thank you.